Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Hello there. So, let's get into the matter and discuss what has happened. I am playing Counterstrike since 2000, around 2000, when I started with the Half-Life mod CS 6.5. I'm playing Counter-Strike ever since. I made one Steam account that has currently 19 years of service on it. That's my account. And last weekend, what happened is on Friday the 15th of September, I was playing Counter-Strike 2, my last match. And after this match, for some unclarified reasons, my trust factor went from 100% down to 0. Suddenly, without any notification or reason to do that. As I stated, I got a 19 years old account. I got more than 4,500 in-game hours. I can show you my Faceit Finder profile in one sec. In these past years, I played around 1,775 matches on Faceit alone. I'm not a very good player. I have low elo, kind of normal KD on Faceit, and I never cheated. I never cheated on any Counter-Strike game I ever played. I never had installed any kind of cheats or used any kind of cheats. Other people remarked that I was part of a group called Melktrupp boosting service. I was invited years ago from a friend who I met on playing CSGO, but I never boosted anyone. I never received a boosting. I'm playing the last 4 or 5 years mostly in solo queue only. So I was fighting against cheaters actively. I played Counter-Strike Source and Global Offensive most of the time to detect cheaters, because they are ruining the game. They're reducing the fun and the game experience that you can have in this game. And suddenly, after joining the limited test of Counter-Strike, I played 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks without any problems, and then suddenly, last weekend, this game ban hit. I have no idea why this happened, other than I'm using Windows 7. I can show you my whole list of programs that are running in the background. I have the old Punkbuster still running on my PC because I installed it years ago. I'm lost for words, because after 3 days of being banned without justification and writing not thousands, but a lot of posts in the discussion boards, I'm lost for words. It's a frustrating time. It's unbelievable that someone who is actively trying to fight the cheater invasion that Counter-Strike has, and then suddenly, because you start playing the limited test on Windows 7, you lose your account. Your only account you ever owned. 19 years long. I'm getting 38 next week. And the birthday present I received from Valve is that they ban my account unjustified. And you can't do anything. You can't contact, you can write to the Steam support, but then you have to believe that your complaint on your appeal goes through to the devs. I've wrote an email to the CS2 team at valvesoftware.com to describe my problem and what issues I have, but you feel lost. I need someone to look into this, because there's a certain problem with people who played at the last weekend with Windows 7 and suddenly receiving game bans that are unjustified. It's an impossible thing to do, to get any response from any of the developers. You can start writing everywhere on all the facets of contact information or contact possibilities. You can use all of them, but nothing happens. And as serious as this issue is, that people are getting banned unjustified and just have no direct way to interact with any kind of support. I know that's a very expensive thing to do for a software and gaming developer company, to have a human talk to people and don't just have automated systems doing all the work for them. I know it's a big game. I know you have a lot of appeals and complaints and cheaters who are trying to circumvent their ban or to riddle or to move around it and use any kind of justification that they haven't cheated. But what should a legit player do to convince anybody that they didn't cheat? All I can do is show everything, every software that I've installed on my PC. And I know that we won't convince anybody else, or they're still telling me, yo, you have deleted your suspicious software and such. But I never had any software installed that could help me in any way with playing Counterstrike. I use my own skills and I suck. I'm bad. I don't have a higher rank. I was Master Guardian at the highest point, and then I had a lot of problems with cheaters in my games when I play solo queue, because you don't have a team you can rely on, and the communication in solo queue is always a kind of messed up thing. You can't... What was my point? I still point. I'm so frustrated, and so much things are going through my head, and I don't know how to really handle this stuff, because I only have this one account and all I'm left to do is fight for it. To try to get the word out that if you play with Windows 7, the limited test of Counter-Strike 2, there is a big possibility that you get an unjustified game ban because something in the AI anti-cheat isn't working. And that's a big issue. And the only way to get the word out is to post on social media, to start a Reddit thread, or to get into the discussion boards to get awareness for the issue. I know how cheaters act, how they try to convince people with screen sharing and stuff that they haven't cheated. I know it when I watch Komomo 10's videos when he's banning Rust cheaters left and right, and all the ways they try to convince other people that they haven't cheated. But what should a legit player do? It's for something, for some point, it's useless to try anything. It's waste of time. That's why the most cheaters are just buying a new account and start cheating on the next one, and then they get banned there, and then they don't care. But I don't have a second account. I only have this one 19-year-old Steam account, and all I can say is I never cheated. I'm a little bit lost for words because the backlash and the bad comments you get on the discussion boards just because you're describing your own problem and try to articulate your frustration with the situation, it's not helping when you get this kind of stuff. It's hard to cope with it, and it's hard to really stay focused and calm and try to use words without getting into the loophole or the death spiral of using harsh words or making bad comments that make you look bad. I know it's weekend. Maybe that's why the support is not active at the moment. That's why nobody is working at Valve. But this problem needs to be fixed. And all I can do is try to raise awareness and get it publicly out there that people are getting banned for cheating without them having cheated. And I'm not the only case. There are a lot of people who received unjustified game bans in the last 3 or 4 days. And the one common thing is that we played on Windows 7, the CS2 limited test. Valve, CS2 game devs, please take a look at it. There went something wrong with your AI anti-cheats, and you need to solve this problem. And it can't be the way that you try to end Windows 7 support on Steam because you can't get around this problem. It's not my fault that I use Windows 7 and you are not willing to invest money in solving a problem that is occurring with an old operating system. You can wipe it out if you stop the support for the system. Okay, good. Then I have to get Windows 10, Windows 11. No problem. But that your AI anti-cheat is confusing one of my tasks that are open in my task manager in the background as a cheat because I'm running on Windows 7, that's not a way to fix things. Not anything how you can delete a problem that you have in the first place in development of your AI. And suddenly people who haven't cheated, who haven't done anything in this case, get suspended. I don't know what to say else, but there is a serious issue. Please fix it. Do something about it. Thanks for your attention.